Okay, ladies and gentlemen, another DreamWorks sequel! Is it a sequel that will show us all that DreamWorks can still have their edginess to their animated projects? Or is it a mindless cash grab that plays it safe, like what they did with The Croods: A New Age not too long ago? There's only one way to find out! Cue the intro! Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing the sequel to the Shrek spin-off classic, starring everyone's favorite character since Shrek 2, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Antonio Banderas is back as the title character, as mentioned before, in which he discovers that his passion for adventure has taken its toll. He has burnt through 8 of his 9 lives. So he sets out on an epic journey to find the mythical Last Wish and restore his 9 lives. Now, first off, I always have to mention their use of CG animation and cinematography. You just can't review animated movies like this and not discuss the CGI in this movie. It just needs to happen. But to describe it, I would say that it was a mix between both Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and the Peanuts movie, and the canvas texture aesthetic from Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Both the theatrical film and the TV show, which is now streaming on Disney+, so I highly recommend you to check those out. But back to this. I know some people are turned off by their use of animation styles. Like, for example, whenever the action fight sequences kick into gear, it has this stop-motion comic book style to it. But I gotta say, for me, when it comes to the way they executed this particular style, in the mix of the movie's use of kick-butt action choreography, it's awesome to watch. Even at my local movie theater that I was at not too long ago, the colors pop onto the screen. It feels fast-paced, and the art style that they chose for this movie I thought was really creative. Sure, you can say all you want about it. Say that it deviated from what the original film gave us. But listen, that movie was about a decade old. Sure, it's not like it's disappearing anytime soon. The movie still exists, obviously. Go purchase it on 4K Ultra right now, or see if it's streaming somewhere and watch it that way. It's not going anywhere at this point. But you can't deny that the animators and storytellers at DreamWorks wanted to make something different, both visually and story-wise. And guess what? They did. In terms of character development, dramatic emotion, and story, if you guys didn't already follow the lore of this universe by now, it takes place right after Shrek Forever After, which also came out over a decade ago as well. And it focuses on Puss's downfall and his eventual decline as the titled hero. At first, he's living his free life, defeating bad guys, arresting outlaws, and saving his hometown from evil heading his way. But after, how long has it been, Eeyore?
Days, weeks, months, who knows?
Yeah, let's just say that months flew by, and he has wasted 8 of his 9 lives. And now he has to embark on a death-defying quest to find the wishing star and make his wish to retrieve his 8 lives back. That's all there is to it. But again, it's not telling the same story as its predecessor over again. It focused on a different journey, with one familiar face returning to the mix, but also some new characters joining the team. You got Goldilocks and the 3 Bears in this movie. Goldie played wonderfully by Florence Pugh, and the 3 Bears are played by Ray Winstone, Olivia Colman, and Samson Kayo, so that's cool. You got Jack Horner, played by Spider-Ham from Into the Spider-Verse, John Mulaney, whom I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that he's Jack from the Beanstalk story. But now he got repositioned as Jack in the Baker's Dozen or something along those lines. I don't know, post what you think nicely down in the comments below. Don't be a jerk about it. I just saw this film. And you also have a dog character named Perito, played by Harvey Gillian. And at first, when it comes to the film's both comedic humor and the voice acting direction from Joel Crawford this time, not Chris Miller from the previous film, but at first he seemed like your typical donkey character for Puss in Boots, which makes sense because this takes place in the same universe, which I will discuss about those cameo characters in a moment, so stay tuned. But regardless, at first he used to get on my last nerve. But the emotional layers to his character, no reference intended, started to slowly build as the movie progressed, and he turned into a true emotional support for Puss. Whenever he feels threatened by death, played by Brazilian actor Wagner Moura. And I gotta say, man, Death the White Wolf in this movie is straight up Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda on steroids. He had the physique, he had the intimidation to his character, he had the scary look in his eyes. He is truly death incarnate. Props to DreamWorks for creating a solid villain character in this movie. I've been waiting for years to see that. And finally, after 11 years, excuse and pardon my language, but I got to see a badass villain character who not only can fight unfairly, but he's also unpredictable. Whenever he whistles his song, Puss gets his hair standing, and as an audience member, I understand why he's shaking in fear whenever he sees him. He got punked by him earlier in the movie. Like, I'm talking, he got pounded hard, scraped a wound in him. He had a trickle of blood spray out of him. It was extreme. It made sense why he had his downfall at the beginning of the film. So again, props to DreamWorks for adding an emotional layer to his character. Let's see if you guys can keep this up from here. Also, the comedy in this movie hit bullseye in every scene I watch. Sure, for some expected mothers watching this review right now, the humor may be too inappropriate for the youngest of kids, but it doesn't mean that we hardcore adults enjoy it. I mean, it has that classic Shrek humor that we've come to love, right? What's not to love about that? And I'm so happy that DreamWorks can incorporate humor that pushes the boundaries of a PG rating again. For that, I gotta give a huge round of applause for bringing that back. Amazing job. Keep up that streak. And speaking of Shrek cameos, of course he makes a brief appearance in the film. Why wouldn't he? That's awesome. But you also got Gingy and Pinocchio as well? That just makes the film automatically special. Whoever was in the storyboard room that came up with that, give that guy a raise, because that was spot on. That nostalgia bomb just nuked the whole theater auditorium at that moment. Amazing job. Also, there's one thing that I should bring up before I end this review. Puss brings back his classic catchphrase from Shrek 2.
Fear me if you dare.
That just makes it all the more epic. Again, keep at it, guys. What else is there to say about this film? In the end, I had no problems with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. It had everything I wanted in this movie. Hilarious humor, colorful characters, stellar animation, and a well thought out storyline. In short, old DreamWorks is back, ladies and gentlemen. And as a result, I rate Puss in Boots: The Last Wish a solid 5 out of 5 stars. Go see this movie once you still have the chance. I'm telling you, it's worth the price of admission for sure. I highly recommend it. So, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Have you seen it? If you haven't, what are you felines waiting for? Strike while the iron's hot before it's too late. But for those of you who have, come back and let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on both Instagram and Twitter, and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. And also, I'm creating a TikTok account for you guys where I do whistle covers as well as singing duets with my older sister every once in a blue moon as well. So if you guys are interested, the link's also down below in this review. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card at the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's have fun together. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.